Another live stream here on the twitch.tv / the Xisuma playing on Hermitcraft. Also live on the TikTok at XisumaTT. If you happen to so enjoy watching on that platform. It is the second day of the charity live stream event with Gamers Outreach. I don't know about all of y'all, but yesterday I streamed and then had an absolute blast just watching all the shenanigans and fun that went down at the event, which was amazing. And we're back here doing it again today. And I guess I have something to show you, because there is a place where donations are being put onto signs. The only thing with that is, let's grab some glass, go up top. We'll wait until people tune in to go check it out. So if you're watching this on the second channel and you were unaware, it's the Hermitcraft charity livestream weekend. If you're with us tuning in right now on Twitch, the dealio is I am just giving you a place to congregate before the real event starts, you know? So we will be raiding Scar, who is the main host. Although I think pretty much everyone who streamed yesterday had like much of the main event on their channel, occasionally doing different things. So like the Hermits were live all of yesterday, which was super cool. Is the charity event over? You thought you missed it? Today is day 2 of the charity event. Today is day 2. The Hermits raised over 400,000, which is absolutely phenomenal, and another 75,000 for the charity auction, which we'll go have a look at again because new things have popped up on there. So yeah. When does it end? You need to watch it this year. Today's the second day, so in 2 hours it starts and it goes on for about 8 hours. God, this thing takes long to get to the top of, doesn't it? So today is your second day of entertainment, lasting around 8 hours. And it was really cool. Who, oh, you thought Hermits were rebroadcasting Scar's channel. I think that's what I was saying. I think they were a lot of the time, but occasionally things got broken up and there were separate things to watch on their own channels. Yesterday it lasted over 10 hours. Yeah, maybe it was 10. Maybe it was 10. I was thinking that. Was it 10 or was it 8 hours long? I didn't get to watch the end of it until this morning. I went to bed. I was like trying to get myself prepped to staying up till like 2 in the morning, but I am just not a late night person. And I don't want to sound like a broken record, but like struggled with energy levels a little bit this week. Today it's just been another day where I've just not felt right. So I'm taking it extra easy today. Just gonna lounge around for the rest of the day after this. It was 10 hours long yesterday. Wow, okay, that's incredible, isn't it? 10 hours and 17 minutes long. The quiet games were really cool, says Mollux. That was the last thing that I watched, and it was hilarious. Especially Ren doing the robot. Like, my goodness me, that cracked me up. I also thought Jimmy and Grian, the way they played that game, was really smart. And I was really surprised that they didn't get the fastest time. But there were some seriously cool games. The one with the ping pong balls as well was pretty humorous. Yeah, the Imp and Skip podcast was really cool as well. With the questions and the shock. There was one question that they were asked. It got me thinking, but I can't remember what it was. You know, because I'm watching it and like I'm thinking, oh, we'll probably end up talking about some of this stuff tomorrow, you know, on the pre-stream. The tortilla match was too funny. Yeah, that was very funny as well. He was expecting Grian to just hit Jimmy with the stick. I was too. I was thinking they are like Grian is just going to be Mr. Mischief and just make it funny for everyone involved. They came out with an absolute game plan that worked. Totally worked. I didn't see much of the Nerf battle. I was like skipping through it with what time I had this morning before heading out. So I did get to watch, like, I watched all of it, and then the last, like, 2 hours, I got to, like, skip through a little bit. You got 6 hours to catch up on midweek work accompaniment, I think, says 8 Rover. And speaking of which, 8 Rover's here for 68 months, and Finrail West is here for 41 with the Prime. Thank you for your support, guys. Always appreciated. Always appreciated. What am I building? A glass ceiling, because we don't want the snow to settle on what we've built down below. And to be fair, that's taken up like a fair bit of space. Do you know how long it'll be today? I believe it'll be the same as yesterday, so 10 hours long. Probably another 10 hours. Can't wait for all the clips to come out for all the moments you missed. Yeah, they'll get out there eventually. Jimmy drove Scar like a tank behind enemy lines. It was epic. Yeah, hopefully that'll get put into a clip I can watch, because the rest of my evening is going to be watching the next part of the live stream, you know? Did I watch the TCG match? I kind of skipped over it a bit because I'd seen, you know, I was catching up this morning and I'd seen TCG, you know, I've seen it played plenty of times, so that one I didn't really pay attention to. Queen Shazzy, thank you ever so much for 27 months of support. Much appreciated. Welcome to the stream. Can you call my friend a melon? Amazing Ben, your friend is a pumpkin. Oh, see what I did there? I subverted your expectations. Thank me later. It was the worst TCG match ever. Would recommend. Oh, how so? I imagine like performing on camera, IRL, adds a little stress into the mix, and then what mistakes made? That would be my main guess. Some big mistakes. I saw the coin flipping bit. That was hilarious. No one able to flip a coin. You'd love to see me at the charity event next time. That is a unlikelihood. If ever there was one. You'd be more likely to see EFO there. They received a bonus TCG card for every 1k. Oh, yeah, I got whiff for that when I was, like, flicking through. RoboX? Robo? Have I got Robo voice? RoboX. Oh, I know what you're saying. No, I don't want to do that. I feel like the event is for those there, you know, to enjoy each other's company and to do that thing together. I just feel a bit odd about being there in proxy. It was like doing we had the Hermitcraft panel one year, and the guys brought me in on, like, I had my head on the stage, right, and I could mic in and stuff, which was cool and amazing, and I appreciate it. But I just felt a little disconnected, you know, like I wasn't actually there, I was just here. So I feel a bit odd about doing something like that. I guess I'm like, you know, more like one of y'all, just watching. I'm a viewer. They had your head on a stake. What, yesterday? Got a hot cup of tea here, by the way, peeps. Mmm. Tasty, tasty. Tasty cup of warm tea. To warm my belly. No, the panel thing. They didn't have my head on a stake. They had a cube shaped head of mine. It wasn't on a stake. Talking about pancakes and crepes in chat. They were tortillas. They were tortillas. For the slapping. Average British afternoon. Having a cup of tea is definitely an average British afternoon. Is the Faceless thing a brand or personal preference? Personal preference. It's not a conscious brand effort thing. I'm not like, this is my brand strategy. I will create intrigue and mystery by pretending I don't have a face. No, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it, but like, I don't like having the attention on me, which sounds really strange. but none of you are in the room with me. You know what I mean? Like, this is a comfortable distance to interact at. IRL, I just, you know, I'm alright, but I don't like being the center of attention. And so I don't want to be Xisuma IRL, right? I just want to be myself. And I can't explain it any other way. Like, you know when, like, this is more of, I think, a 90s thing, but when people, like, jump in front of a camera and, like, hey, I'm on TV or whatever, you know, wave at the camera and all that. I've never been that person. I've never, like, wanted to just jump in front of the camera and be like, look at me or whatever. Like, it just doesn't happen. So, you know, doing an event like they're all doing is amazing, just not for me. Cub Ross was so good. I love that Cub got dressed up. That was so fun to see. Yo, Lunchbox, thank you for the Prime subscription, my dude. Much appreciated. I hope you enjoy the stream. We're going to do a lot of glass placing. Then we're going to do some more pixel art, and then we're going to go explore the server for some signs that have been added. Hex, what am I working on? Placing glass blocks at the top of the world is our first task today. Quite possibly until I run out of glass. Would you ever do the robot thing that Cleo and Scar have done for the charity streams? As I just expressed a moment ago, you know, I'm a viewer. I'm just gonna, like, watch them do the event. It doesn't feel right to me to be not there, but be there by proxy. It's not my thing. If people want to hop on the server and hang out, I'm totally down, but otherwise, let them do their thing. Fikeshia, whose name I have probably butchered. Thank you for using your Amazon Prime subscription over here. Appreciate you supporting the channel. Would have been cool to see me shred that Hermitcraft guitar. I would have loved to have played that guitar. Looked like a sweet guitar. Looking for movies to watch, so what's your favourite movie? Go watch Dead Poets Society with Robin Williams. That's a favourite of mine. That movie's made me cry on several occasions. You would love more Hermitcraft on the charity event like the first time. Oh, you mean like more on the server? That's fair enough. It was all on the server the first time we did it. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I hope you're standing on your desk when you say that. Jeez. Your cousins were in Dead Poets Society as one of the kids. Oh, wow, that's so cool. That's so cool. It's a beautiful movie. You're making bracelets themed on hermits. What colour should I use for you, says Fallon. Orange and blue. Orange and blue. Very simple. You've been watching Hermitcraft videos the whole day, and now it made me a bit sad because I'm not good or skilled in anything compared to all else, says Hilma. Oh, you are. You are. You just haven't figured out what it is yet. That's all. Everyone's got something. Just started playing Factorio. Any tips? Honestly, I think the best way to play that game is to not look for advice, but to sit and think and plan and think ahead. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. That is a game where it will become obvious to you that there are, like, smart and efficient ways of doing things, but you're gonna, like, lose a lot of the fun if you go look up tutorials and stuff and best practices. I'd really just recommend, like, working your own little noggin and having fun coming up with your own solutions and systems. I think you can take the joy out of a game sometimes when you learn the best way to do stuff from other people. And you'll do stuff and you'll be like, this is such a hacky system, there's got to be a better way. Or like, what's going on with this problem over here? Why can't I solve it? But that's fine. Like, as long as you're, like, challenging yourself and coming up with your own solutions, like, that is a great experience, I think. The last time I had an experience like that that really felt like I got quite far and did quite well with Shapes 2. And they announced an expansion is coming out for Shapes 2, but I read the changelog and it sort of sounded like it would be just polish on the game, so I may pick that one back up and give it a go again, or maybe not. Hey X, what segment from yesterday's charity stream would you like to have participated in if you were there? Good question. I think the volume game one would have been my kind of cup of tea. I think that would have been fun for me. Same applies with Satisfactory, but easier. Yeah, Satisfactory certainly seems like an easier one, doesn't it? Right, and like that, I'm out of glass, which is just making me think that we will need an insane amount of glass for this. I can't actually remember how much wool I brought over here, but I definitely brought the wool over and placed it with Joe at one point. Right, this time we're going to use our rockets to get back up. Grian and Jimmy nailed the quiet game. They did the last one, right? And I so thought Grian was just going to whack Jimmy with a stick. Which segment do you look forward to watch during the charity stream today? I need to sneeze. I'm not actually that clued in on what's happening when, so I do know, I believe they're going to do sign placing on the server earlier, because they realised that lots of Europeans have gone to bed. And so if you want to get your name on a server with a donation, you need us to be around. So today, I think they're going to do it earlier, so maybe I'll be able to hop on. I'm going to be busy after the stream for a little while. Got some things to do. Got to cook and eat. So I'll be back on later. And hopefully I'll be able to help out a little bit with the signage. We'll go look at it in a minute. We're going to finish placing this glass, as much of it that I have. Then we're going to do some more pixel art, and then we're going to head over there. 500k is the Xisuma sneeze goal. Oh my goodness me, the sneeze goal. What does that mean? I have to force myself to sneeze, if you get that? You've got your sign on there, you were still up. Oh, I'm glad you got it. I'm glad you got it on, Becca. Part of me is aiming, like, oh, I don't want to accidentally place a block on top, but when you're this high up, it just doesn't let you, does it? So you don't even have to worry about it. Tango's technicians sold out so quickly. He would. Please explain. Wouldn't that have gone on the auction? I didn't see that bit at all. Or did he announce like he was doing a plushie thing or something? Yeah, those vinyls green got commissioned. They were superb. It was a donation incentive thing like the signs, limited to 10 units. Oh, okay. So 10 of them went out for donations. That's cool. Oh, name a technician. Getting totally different explanations each time. Didn't someone literally... Did I add plushie or did someone in chat say plushie? I'm so confused. What's the glass for? It's to stop the rain. Well, actually, I say it's to stop the rain. It's to stop the snow. Oh, Impulse and Skiz are cooking. They're up to something. They're here early. Are you back on the hot beverages? I am. When am I ever off the hot bevies? I need another sip. Will snow layers on the glass block light? Snow layers won't form on the glass. So X, if your face reveal is being added to the auction today, because I couldn't find it yesterday. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, no, it's been added now. If you go on the auction website and scroll around and place bids, it might turn up. You know, it might. But yeah, should be. You know, should maybe be on there. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? The Imp and Skiers clip of Impulse saying how lucky he was to meet and quote the best person in the world so young is the cutest thing y'all seen. I think I remember that, yeah. Those two definitely are best buds, right? Many months ago you said you were cutting back on tea and coffee. I go through things like that every now and then. I've definitely cut back on the amount of tea. I've definitely cut back on my... Well, I have... You know, I'll have days where I end up with a lot of tea, but yeah, I've definitely cut back the tea. The decaf coffee is gone. I don't have any here. If I'm out and about, I might have one. What I have done a little bit recently is have some caffeine again to help me with my workouts, but I'm starting to wonder if that, like, maybe I'm just not really built for caffeine or something, because every time I have it, I don't seem to be able to consistently drink it without running into some sort of concern, like getting the jitters, and I had some like energy level issues lately. I've also, see, I used to do all my workouts without eating, like I'd be fasted overnight, and that's like, a lot of people don't do that. I say a lot. It like the general advice with is to have like a pre-workout meal, so you got lots of energy for your workout. But I heard all this good stuff about intermittent fasting, and it seemed to work for me really well. I wonder if where I've switched to like having a breakfast before I work out is also maybe messing with how my body deals with energy or something. I don't know, but like, keep having these dips. So that something's got to change. I've got to figure it out. Have I ever tried keto? You lost 15 kilograms in 3 months on it. But it was also really good for your energy. I haven't, but I do know what it's like to not rely on glucogen for energy as much. Also, the thing with the keto diet is a lot of the weight you lose is water weight originally, like initially. I'm more into like sustainable habits as opposed to like temporary dieting and stuff. But yeah, maybe those are some of the changes that I need to make. Like, I'm gonna see how I feel over the next couple of days and then maybe switch back. Taking care of your body is the longest science experiment we ever run. Yeah. I guess it is. I guess it is. One continuous experiment. You accidentally had some caffeine after years of decaf. I didn't notice the difference, though, to be honest, as ever true. Yeah, it might be that your energy levels are fine and it doesn't, like, you know, like, because it doesn't give you energy, right? It just blocks your sense of not having energy. Something like that. Caffeine makes you tired because your brain is weird. I wouldn't mess with it then if it makes you feel tired. Hey X, for when the world download comes out after the season ends, how will players be able to visit Exile without travelling the 3 million plus blocks? Just run a teleport command. Should be easy enough. I might add something in the spawn chunks to teleport you there as well. Is it bad to drink coffee 2 times a day? Probably not. Probably not, but I would say, like, you know, occasionally just detox and see how you feel. Like, learn stuff about yourself. You know, maybe be like, okay, the next 2 weeks I'm not going to drink any coffee. Do you get cravings? You know, do your energy levels slump? Like, what's going on? Because if you don't have any issues, you take a break and you don't have any issues, and you didn't have any while you were drinking it twice a day, then what's the harm? Or just keep Exile as default spawn. The spawn is back to normal now. I I reckon we're going to run out of glass right before we finish this thing. Like, I bet this is my last stack of glass, right? Oh, one more. Maybe just enough to finish it then. One thing I don't want to do is like leave a little hole that doesn't get noticed. I have a feeling that's what we might end up doing, actually. One, two, three, four. That's a big enough hole that you would notice if you came back up there. Right, we're out of glass, which means it's game over. No, it means that we do some more pixel art. I'm gonna sleep in a bed first before the zombies get me. I said before they get me. About to eat your first food since the last 2 days. Yeah, what's going on there? Here we go. You've been fasting for 2 days. What's that? I've never done the fast. I've always wanted to give it a try, like not eat for a couple of days. Never feels like it's the right time to try it. Yeah, has Joe like lit up all the caves around here or something? Because they spawn on the surface something fierce. Alright, now I gotta choose what game we're gonna represent next. I kind of feel like Pac-Man would set the vibe well, because it's like retro gaming. But I do have a selection. I've even got a Sonic face. I've got Mario. The Mario one's just so iconic. Got a few other things here as well. I feel like Pac-Man and the little ghosties would look kind of cool. Maybe we start with the ghosties. They have a proper name, probably. Ah! 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 Okay, that was an incredibly exciting battle. Yeah, the colours of the... Actually, what I've got is not from the original game. Maybe I should pull up an image from the original game or something. Who knows their real name? Pinky, Inky, Blinky, and Clyde. That is it. That is correct. Do I play COD? No, I play Salmon. Let's have a look. It's red, orange, cyan, and pink, I think, but like a bright cyan. I think I might go with light blue then. So red, orange. That's yellow. What did I say? Like light blue, I think is the better choice here. And pink. Then we need white for the eyes, and black as well, which is already there. And then we need a spot. So what I want to do is have them in a row with like Pac-Man, the other side of it. So I think I'm going to start over here in this corner and work my way across. Some of you like my quips. It was definitely a quip. Yeah, I'm not into shooters. My favourite game is Doom, but I'm not into shooters. I don't like shooting people in a computer game. I'm alright with shooting demons. I don't know what's up with that, you know. Demons, yeah, go on. We'll shoot them up. People, not my thing. Not my thing. I'm partial to carp though, says Mollux. Oh, we can go all day if you want. We can go all day. Let me go. Did I leave? Yeah, I did leave that thing up. So I think I'm actually gonna flip this. Oh, I found a much better image to work with. I'll put that on my other screen. That's much better. Much better. The blue ghosts are called dinner. The blue one is the first one I got here. I don't know if they need to be in any kind of order, but let's get going. So it's like quite a few pixels, this. Where do we start here? I think then it's 2. Can I maybe just put that there? Yeah, then it's 1 and 1. This one being a 2. And you got 1, 2, 3 to the eyeball. Then that's where you need some white wall. And then we'll outline the eye. Not bad, not bad. I don't want to get any measurements wrong here, because when you start dealing with like big groups of pixels together, like that's when it can be easy to make a mistake. So I'm kind of doing this like, which bit can I read best? It's like there's a gap, and then we go here, I think. No, there. Right here. Why does that look wrong to me? That's because there is something wrong with it. Hang on. This is what I'm getting at. Like, it can be quite easy to confuse yourself when you're like trying to copy a bunch of pixels around. Right, I think we're back on track now. I think we're back on track. Yo, Becca's sharing links to the charity stream stuff, so if you want to get your donations in later, you know where to go. You can also do the auction. We'll do the auction again. We'll have a look at it after this. What's really going to help me is if I change these blocks out, because none of these blocks are supposed to be black, which is kind of like messing with me a lot, I think. Should I cook myself ramen noodle? Yeah, go for it. The thing with ramen noodle, though, is isn't it like you got your ramen noodles, but then everything else that goes with it? Because I used to make a bowl of like ramen noodle, but then I would just put tons of like salady like stuff in it. I can't even remember. I got it all written down in like a recipe book of mine somewhere. Of like all these different things you can throw in the bowl with it. So I'd go shopping and just pick out the things I like. Mix it up, you know. Let's check this out. So, ooh, it's going to be tricky to count the pixels here, I think. One. Okay, let's go here. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I think it's like that many blocks. That'll then make the next bit kind of easy. Like that shape. Then you've got a gap of 2 here. All looks good so far. That little shape, and then this line over here. This goes up to be level with the eye. And I'm out. And I'm back. Yep, that's level with the eye. So the next one is 1, 2, 3. And then we go. Ooh. I think it's actually that. Yep, that looks about right. Cool. Just got to fill in the rest now. Xisuma recipe book announcement. Nah, I don't think I'll be doing that. Well, I got some good recipes in there, just not a lot. Charity stream should start in about 90 minutes. Yes, yeah, about 90 minutes from now. Actually, no, sorry. Probably more like 70 minutes? Like, it's 20 minutes until the hour, but then it started like 10 minutes early last time. And we're out of shears. I didn't expect to lose some shears, but if I'd have thought about it. It's quite a lot of blocks that are offset in here. That looks about right to me. I'm going to check one of my other images, though. Yeah, one of the other image I have is... I was going to say it's slightly different. It's actually not. Actually not different at all. I think we've got it exactly right. Scar kept muting himself accidentally yesterday. Yeah, I think the fact that they thought that it would turn itself off didn't really help, because then if it got muted, you'd think it turned itself off. But like you could see, you touch the microphone and bam, it's super sensitive, right? I have a feeling that peeps are logging on over near where the signs are. That's my guess. Maybe we could go over there now and come back to this later, right? I think plenty of people are tuned in. We put in our first little Pac-Man thing, right? So we're gonna have 1 there, 2, 3, 4, and then ... Pac-Man will be somewhere around here. Is kind of the idea. We'll leave a gap of 3 blocks between each one. So I'm gonna put in some markers while y'all tell me what you want me to do. Because I think these feet here are the easiest bit to get right. Go fill it all in. Oh! 1 extra there. Go say hi. You know, they might be busy getting stuff set up or whatever, but they reminded me that the signs are a thing, so we'll go check them out. You love the blue Pac-Man ghost, it looks so good. It does look good over here, right? It took me a while to figure out what to do over here, but we got there. We got there. Alright, orange and pink will be next. Your cat is watching the stream right now. Very cool. Got kittens watching as well. Oh, look at that. There's water under here. We'll make it orange. Okay, that's that one. A gap of 3 and then pink. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something about these snow layers, aren't I? Why not carpets? Ah, because carpets will limit the amount of colours that you can use. Alright, that was the original idea, was to use the carpets, and then I kept thinking, that really limits your options. Like, because I've started with retro pixel art, like, it looks like it's fine. But as we have more pixel art in this area, you'll see that it will become a bit of a bother to stick with these 16 colours. X, do you partake in any adult beverage? If so, what's your go-to? I don't. I've been sober for, that is a good question. 12 years? Dang. Yeah, I do not like drink. Even when I drunk, I didn't really like it. I just did it to change how I felt about myself. And that became a problem. And luckily for me, I realized that and just had to stop drinking. Saved me a lot of money. That was a weird thing about, like, quitting alcohol and drugs, was just like, all of a sudden there was money in my bank account. And I just started saving. Anyway, that was a long time ago. But pretty much from, like, this one point in time when I kind of, like, realized that I was done with it, like, I've always known I'll just never touch alcohol again. And I haven't. I think the only time I've had alcohol since would be when it's used in cooking. And I haven't had a drop. And I wish to keep it that way. Because I don't like what being drunk does to me. But yeah, that was a long time ago. GG and Sobriety, you passed 30 years this month. My dude, well done, well done. I hope to, you know, get to 30 years one day. I'm not like tempted I feel like completely resolute on the fact that like I should never drink again. So I wouldn't say it's a struggle anymore. It's just like for me it's like just this is how it will be now. You're still on the road to fully clean, says Mia. Yeah, I hope you get there. You know, I don't know you specifically, so I don't know what kind of advice is best for you, but one of the things that helped me get there was I wasn't a cold turkey type. I was a like gradual reduction. Same for smoking. Actually, I'm getting a bit conflated here. I think smoking was very gradual, but drinking was gradual, but then I'd learned from smoking like how to quit, so like it made it easier to get over the hump. Like it was quicker. But yeah, one of the things I always say, like if we're talking about advice and stuff, if you're trying to make a change in your life, like when you fall off the horse, get back on it again, because everyone falls off. It's gonna happen. You know, and like the thing is, like, okay, it happens. You know, you've had a step back, but like, there's always going to be steps back in life. You just gotta get back on it again and keep going in the right direction. You've been quitting smoking cold turkey. You're about 4 months clean. Awesome, my dude. If it works for you, that is awesome. You would never want to smoke. You're too young to buy anything anyways, but my dad has smoked and now I have lung damage from secondhand smoke. So no thanks. That's unfortunate, my dude. Yeah, secondhand smoke hurts too. It is on the decline of a lot of young people. Drinking and smoking is not as popular, which is, I think on one hand great, but I think the reason why it might be because of a kind of like loneliness problem, a lack of like socialization, because it's usually social environments that bring you into that stuff. This is probably spoilers, but you know, I don't think beat-ups of mine. Like, wow. It's coming along. Some stuff has been done over here. And we flew right past it. I thought we'd have a quick look. We'll be nosy. Be cheeky. Alright, I got some coordinates. I just wanted to go to the base and do a couple of things. Weed is replacing cigarettes. It's less unhealthy, so I suppose that's less bad thing. J-Mac, I wouldn't be so quick to say that. I don't, you know, this idea of like trading one thing, like the lesser of two evils. The thing is, they're evil in different ways. You know, they have their own different baggages attached, and so, you know, there's psychological stuff that can happen with weed and whatnot. It's like you know, like vaping. It's, you know, it seems okay to say, it's not as bad as smoking. But how long did it take for us to realize that smoking, you know, all the bad things about smoking, you know? Like we're not gonna learn how bad this experiment we're doing with vaping is for like 50 years until people get really old. And then you got all these like knackered lungs and people dying 20 years early or whatever. Right? Like it takes a long time for us to learn this stuff. It's a very young thing, and I remember when it first came around, there were people saying, it's fine, it's healthy, we've studied it. And it's like, you haven't studied it because it's brand new. Like, it takes a long time to study this stuff. You know, we can study sticking a sword in the side of your body because the results are pretty instantaneous, right? But, you know, slowly inhalating vapor with all these like nicotine additives and other things inside of them. Also the vapes themselves, a lot of them are disposable, and the carcinogens that they use to... Is it carcinogen? I forget what it's called, but the thing that helps the vaporization process, like a lot of it can be really unregulated. If you look into it, like in different countries it's different, but like it's a new technology, it's not well regulated, there are low quality products, carcinogens. Yeah, that's maybe I have used the right term then. I'm just sort of remembering something I've heard, right? But it's the thing that, you know, creates the ignition and yeah. So like again, it's just easy to say. I wanted to ask about using the 4 copper golem models you had for the bridge, similar how Tango did it with the nations. I learned about that. I don't know the full details, but that is not a problem. That is a fantastic idea. We will... Oh, wait, let's reply. I'm actually on my way there now, so we'll do that. Oh, and we didn't ever turn our beacons back on. What technology, says David? We're talking about vaping. So you create the vaporization product, right? And, you know, companies form. There's manufacturing practices. And like, it's a new industry where things aren't as regulated. So you've got a lot of people saying, yeah, you know, well, vaping isn't as bad as smoking. But it's like, think of it like this, right? If I took, you know, 2 groups of young people, let's say they're like 16, very impressionable age to start smoking and drinking and stuff, right? And I gave one group cigarettes and the other group vaping, and like, you know, go off, do your thing for a year, come back. They're both going to come back looking relatively healthy because they're young, right? And their body can take a lot. You know, like smoking was something where it was like, took decades to see the side effects of it appear. You know, some people would develop a cough eventually, a chronic cough or something, and all the damage that smoking does to the lungs, though, it takes time over years. And the vaping industry is very much rushed into saying, no, we've got all these studies, it's fine and stuff. Yes, we will put them in the correct place. I think what I might do is take a trip and get the little names as well, and then I don't know how they'll do the whole naming thing. They might be on item frames, so grab some of those. This is cool. I kind of, in the back of my mind, I'm wondering, are there more things like this that could be useful today? We'll definitely do these, though. These are cool. A lot of it was due to lobbying by the companies that will not go away. Yeah, there's you know, there's motives, right? Companies have motives to protect their interests. I prefer to word it like that because then you can understand how it can become something negative. It's easy to downplay the health problems of vape since weed has a less severe tract impacts than tobacco. That one went off the top of the screen. What was the most difficult thing when trying to become clean for you, Xisuma? Since you managed to get clean from a lot of bad things. It's the battle with yourself. We're like creatures of routine and habit, and a lot of that can be tied to how we feel emotionally as well. You can sort of be in like a loop emotionally, or you do things that keep you in a certain space. So for me, it was particularly tough to like have to deal with how I felt without them being able to eliminate that through using substances or whatever, right? Oh, I guess I could just like grab them out of here. These are never going to go, are they? We'll just grab these so I don't have to do all the renaming and stuff again. Like we'll just grab these ones and put them, and then they can get renamed or have a sign put on them, etc. Many young people will first vape and then smoke, from what I've seen. I'm not so sure about that. Like, you know, I like to watch a lot of edutainment and stuff, but all the information you're taking in is anecdotal in some way, even if it's like, oh, they did a bunch of studies. Like, I guess if you see people move from vaping to smoking, it can make you feel like that must happen more often. But like, how do we get like enough data on that to give us a full picture of how transitional it is? Like a lot of people used to say like doing weed or whatever was like a gateway drug, and when I used to do drugs, it was like I hated all that kind of talk because it was against what I was doing, so I wouldn't listen to it. But then when I got older, I was like, well, it was a gateway drug for me. Couldn't see that at the time, right? But you know, if you're gonna start doing drugs, it probably increases the likelihood that you'll try other things too, right? It's not that black and white. I don't think it means it is a gateway, air quotes, gateway drug. It's just like, why can't we find the right language to get across to people the right ideas? Because it certainly didn't get across to me. Now I look back at it and I'm like, of course it was. For me. Anyway, well, coordinates. I'm looking for coordinates. Okay, let's do trigger coordinate HUD. Toggle. Alright, now I know where I go. Minus 13, 8. Oh, actually, do you know what? I know where to go because these coordinates also said it was near Scar's base. So I don't think we even need this, really. Your brother has recently started to try to stop vaping. Yuki, give him some encouragement, man. Just, you know, whenever they talk about it, give them some positivity. That's cool that they're doing that. It can be hard. All of it's just plain nasty. I don't want any of it ever, and I don't want to be around people who do it. A beer at a party or glass of wine, a dinner here and there is fine though. Smoking is not ever. It's pretty unpleasant to be around if you're not a smoker, yeah. I will probably tolerate it more because I used to be a smoker. But yeah. Anyway, the question was like, what was the hardest thing? And for me, the hardest thing was just emotions, right? Like you use the stuff to like deal with how you feel. That's why you're using it. And so then like you start going through a different hardship. It almost feels self-imposed. You have to do a lot of like self-reflection and stuff, and be forced to sit with your own feelings and not have a way out. Ah, here it is. I saw a screenshot that made it look like this thing was like way up in the sky, which really confused me. Oh, look at this. There's stuff going on here. There's like supplies. I missed all of this. I didn't even see it. I say I didn't see it. I saw bits of this in the replay on Scar's channel, on his Twitch channel, but I don't think Scar was like showed this thing starting. I don't know when and where this started, right? Is what I'm trying to say. But I've seen bits of it, so I don't know at what point they announced what they're doing here. I think what we're seeing right now is Bobby and then it getting updated. And I even see a hermit there as well. I'll have to say hello in a second. Okay, that is probably as far as it goes then. Oh, and look at this. There's not signs down here. Hey, hey, hey. They might be busy. They might be doing, you know, pre-stream setup stuff and whatnot. Let's come back for a second. Yo, Armored Monkey, thank you for 78 months, my dude. Hey, X, thank you again for so many years of entertainment. I hope all is well. All is good, my dude. Thank you for your amazing support. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. 78. Bam. Oh, we got a DM from False. Let's go read it. Read it. Read it. Okay. Right, let me read this. I think I might be trying to read it a little too fast because I want to get back to talking to y'all. Okay, I think actually, yeah, okay. Now that I read it again, it's probably quite fair. No, I think I do understand. What do we call these things? What do we call these things? Pet golem. Pet golem. Whoops, don't click on that. Okay, okay. Okay, whoever was here is gone. Right, I just needed to send some info over to False. I think the way to do this is like, it's gonna be above a sign or something, and then put on the bridge. Or maybe not. But like, let's go grab a sign. Or make one. So, spruce signs appear to be what these are written on. Okay, yeah, this is how it goes. So, like, one of these blocks where you've normally got a trapdoor strikes me as a good place to put this. Oh, look, there's the signs. So, like, one there. Yo, stone bricks. Need those stone bricks. This actually might be kind of like helpful to send across a little image. Your name, Jir. Your name is Jir. Don't argue with me. Don't argue with me. Then we put these in order. And then we have to rotate them. Because of course they're the wrong way around. Yo, I have a feeling that these might have been the inspiration for the tectonics, by the way, because actually no, they might not have been. I think someone, either Tango asked me or some of y'all did, but someone said about putting these inside of Tango's. Right, I got that little screenshot of the thumbnail. Someone said about putting these inside of Tango's factory, and I don't know if it was Tango or I don't know if it was someone in my comments. I just cannot remember because my memory is absolutely terrible these days. I think there were. Tango was going to do that first, then commission the custom ones to Zaprover. Yeah, that was my first instinct, and then I doubted myself because, you know, as I said, my memory just seems to be terrible these days. All right, but now that we're here, I guess it would be a great time to tell you what's going on later today. Lots of y'all are tuned in. Thank you for coming by. I'm just here to give you a place to congregate before the stream event kicks off. Scar will be the main channel hosting this, so I'm going to raid Scar probably about 10 minutes before the hour. So I've got you for another like 15 minutes, and then I think they'll probably be kicking it off. Oh yeah, I was supposed to send a screenshot to False. Right, sorry, exchanging messages with False again. Right, I've sent her an image of these so they can be used on the website. So yeah, it's all starting about an hour from now, but it'll probably be a little earlier. Yeah, sorry, still replying to False's messages. So I think what I'll do next, like we did the other day, is I'll get on the charity stream. Becca, would you mind dropping the link to the auction so I can grab that and throw it up on the screen like we did yesterday again? Let's go to all my editing stuff. I've got to add it again. Let's see. That one there. And then click on this, click on that. Why do you use incognito tab? They said again. When I go to websites I don't normally visit, I just do it all incognito so it doesn't save stuff on my screen. If you can send that golem screenshot to the stage... Oh, wait, I don't need to read this out loud. What am I on about? Okay, copy that. Go over here. Okay, right, I've done that. And I got the link. Sweet. Okay, just close this. Right, I think we're sort of back to normal now. We're sort of back to normal. Let's get a bit more of it on the screen. Right. Okay, right, where are we? Let's get back to it. Hermitcraft auction 2025. So these are some of the things that you can place a bid on, and the things that appear at the top will be new things that have been added since yesterday. So they went around and they made these bracelets, and you can bid on them. They also did the guess the build IRL with drawings. Some of these are absolutely amazing, and you can bid on those as well. This one's fantastic. Can we see it a little bigger? There you go. No more bread. I mean, I would be so bad at playing a game like this. I just know it. Yeah, so from the quiet games, those chickens that ended up on the ground, that got stomped on and whatnot, you can bid on getting yourself one of those. Got the Hermitcraft PC. They actually share the specs with you. That's cool. So you know what you're getting. So it's basically a PC with the Hermitcraft logo on it, right? But it's a bit of fun. It's from the event. I think all the hermits are signing it. You got more Guess the Build illustrations you can bid on if you want one of these. You know, a piece of Hermitcraft history right there. Got a wildlife snail. I believe these might even move, I think they were saying. The miniature model of the permit office. That was at the bottom of this. So the way it worked previously is that the first stuff to be added was at the bottom. So I don't know if they've added a secondary one here. Because signed Scarland book was down there. But you got the custom Hermitcraft guitar right here, which is absolutely bonkers. A guitar. Played by Ren, signed by many. More bracelets. Signed cards. And I think from here on down is all the stuff that we checked out yesterday. So I won't repeat myself too much, but you can find a link to this in our chat. I believe it's pinned or something, you know, or you can go to Scar's channel when the event's live, and you can yeah, grab the link from his page. Custom made permits are here as well, and this all ends in about 8 hours from now. So what's that going to be UK time? Because it's going to be like 6 after 50 minutes. It's like 1 in the morning. Pretty sure it's 1 in the morning that ends. Custom vinyl as well. That looks absolutely amazing. They showed it off yesterday at the beginning of the stream. They showed some of the items. So there is an absolute ton of stuff here that you can bid on, and it all goes to charity, which is super cool. And I believe these golems that we just placed down might appear on here as well, but I'm not entirely sure where that appears. Not entirely sure. Let's go ahead, get rid of that, and come back to the game. Yo, ADJBZ, thank you for the Prime subscription, my dude. 6 months of support, it's absolutely amazing. If you did not know, as a Prime subscriber, you can join our Let's Play Minecraft Together server, which is like a Patreon server. So if that interests you at all, head over to xisumavoid.com/getwhitelisted. Hook up your subscription, because any subscriber can join our Patreon server now. It's a change that we've made. What's this right here? What's inside of it? I don't know. Just a box. All right. So the other reason I came over here though was to tell you that some of the donos, I don't know the specifics because I didn't catch it, but we're basically putting names of people who are donating onto these signs. So if you want to get your name on the Hermitcraft server, stick around. In today's stream, it's going to be done earlier rather than later, so that the European crowd and those in the shared time zone will be able to have an opportunity to get their name put onto a sign. I'm going to come round when I have some free time in the evening and help out with this a little bit. Do you know what bit I'm probably going to end up doing? Because it's how my brain works. Is putting pillars. Putting pillars below. Like, so it's structurally sound. That's such a me thing to do. Yeah, what's this over here? Oh, that looks like some building outlining, right? So I was looking at that and thinking, that's super colourful. Scar's gas station, got it. Look, Scar's so unbelievably talented. Like this area here, and using the shade on the tree, like the light levels on the tree, just absolutely genius. How is it that we've played this game for like 15 years and still people keep discovering stuff like fans, animated fans? I don't even know how this works. I want to investigate this redstone at some point because it's super cool. Just keep finding stuff. We keep finding stuff. $25 for a joint sign, $100 for an individual green sign. They will go to the main donation page once the stream starts. Awesome, thank you for the info. Yo, is there like new towers here? There's always new stuff here. I'm losing track of it all now. Like, where is it all going? This is so much. Joel released a video today, so there are probably new towers. Ah, I see. It's just weird because, like, it feels like there used to be a different, like, eye line here, and now you see new things in front of the old things. So if I go around this way, like, and even this eye line here has probably got, like, you used to see something different behind it before, right? Like, this is what we used to see, and then there was probably something different behind that. This is just absolutely bonkers, this place. Absolutely bonkers. And it's got loads of contraptions and stuff in it as well, which is super cool. Right, we gotta go build some Pac-Man next, right? The Pac-Man. I think I might stock up on some food first, though. Joel has been building such a great city and he cannot stop himself. Yeah, the man is unstoppable. I want to get in a groove like that at some point and just like build. But building like saps a lot of creative energy. Like once I figure something out, I have to recharge the batteries. You know. Bloody Moon, thank you ever so much for 11 months. Appreciate you using your subscription over here. Thank you so much. Thanks for supporting the channel. You wonder if it's theoretically possible to use redstone to make self-growing towers. It might be, like cobblestone generators and pistons are a thing, right? You can definitely do some form of block generation. The Trident game will be a riot to watch. Is that the one that XB's been working on? Does the spacebar thing for a trade? It doesn't cross over between different villages. That's a shame. You hope Metro Mayhem will continue now everyone is back from their vacation. I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will. I mean, Impulse has been working that all season long, right? You've watched Lizzie since Shadowcraft. She and Joel have come so far as builders. It helps that they are a lot more blocks and such. But their builds are so much more creative and detailed now. I've played the Shadowcraft map. It was very basic compared to today. We recently did like a Hermitcraft Season 1 tour, and like back then, you know, Keralis was like Master Builder. And then you go back and look at it, and it's like, it's all a bit basic looking now. But yeah, they definitely loaded the game with like lots of blocks that make doing this kind of building easier too, right? You just got more and more options. X, you assume I've been watching the charity event. I watched a lot of it yesterday, and I'll watch a lot of it again today. And probably a fair bit more tomorrow morning. Let's go get our carrots now. That's what we came here for. Carrots and repairs. Because we can get those too, right? Just don't accidentally shoot the guy. Which I feel like I almost did. Hex, what determines which hermits can go and which can't? Charity event. I mean, their own discretion, basically. Sometimes you have a commitment and you can't go. I'll take that back. Wait, how are these all full up? Like, I've just taken a bunch out, right? There should be a space somewhere. This one. Ha! That'll do, that'll do. All right, so we're gonna drop off the excess golden carrots. Gonna fly back over and build Pac-Man. X, would I ever join as Roboscar? I won't be joining as a Roboscar. Man, there's so much junk over here. So much junk. Right, that'll do just nicely. Right, I'm going to switch to standing for the next part of the stream. Might not last too long because I still feel knackered. I don't know what's wrong with me. I've been sleeping lots as well. Don't get it. Maybe I'm just like under the weather and refuse to admit it. X already explained earlier why you can't join as Xbot. I mean, people tune in, they ask questions, it is what it is. Drink more water. I drink plenty of water throughout the day. I'm going to drink some right now. Just getting old, X. I don't know, it don't feel like that. It feels like I've gone into a bit of a dip. Like there's just something up with me lately. I don't know what it is. Time change? What do you mean time change? You love the little animations that I have play on stream? Yeah, we got a bunch of them. We got them for like playing guitar, hearts, got the troll emote, Evil X, got the sub goal, the 100 club, got the name butchering on here, got the hype train, the T emote, the table. Penelope says, X, you've been gymming and just overworking yourself. It could be that, but like... I don't know. Like, I know what my capacity is for, like, going to the gym and running and stuff, and you know, you plug away, you keep at it, and then all of a sudden you just start feeling a dip. And it doesn't go away. It feels like once this passes, I'll go back to doing what I was doing before, if that makes sense. Could mental tiredness possibly, if you've had a lot going on recently? I haven't had like a lot of stress or anything recently. It could be so many things, and it's always tricky to like try and figure it out, right? And often or not, by the time you get there and you feel better again, like you're not sure which combination of things you changed did it, but for me today, I'm just having a lazy day. I just don't care. I'm like, psych's up. I'm just gonna take it easy. It's so rare you hear Hermits in 1x playback speed. X sounds a little strange, says Crispy King. Yeah, that's something I could talk about. Like, you know, I've been around for a while now, and you see how stuff just goes faster and faster, like, more access to stuff. I put on this video while I was, not doing much earlier, let's say. I was just like, oh, I'll put on a video to mildly entertain me for a moment here. Which is something I'm getting a bit fatigued with watching those. Oh, you should care about this thing I'm going to talk about for 10 minutes videos on YouTube, right? Getting a bit tired of those. Anyway, it caught my attention because it was about Netflix and piracy. And they were just like moaning about how bad streaming's got on all of this. And I was listening to it, I was like, this is just complaining about how good it is. I remember when we didn't have streaming services and like you were kind of limited to whatever they had in your local DVD store, right? Or whatever was on TV that day. And now we're moaning about like all this instant access and how it's split up across multiple platforms. It's like, there's a problem here. It's definitely, you know, it could be better, but when you compare it to the past, all of a sudden it's like, oh, wait a minute, this is better. This is much better. Yo, Winniston Holt, thank you so much for the Prime subscription, 35 months. Appreciate it, my dude. Thank you for supporting the channel. Anyways, so like, we're actually like inundated with content. There's always stuff that's new in front of us. And now we're also consuming that at a faster pace. And I think it could get to the point where it's not actually like that great to consume it at that faster pace, if that makes any sense at all. You know? Like, do we start to degrade the quality of what we're enjoying at some point if we keep speeding up through it? What's it doing to our brain? You know, I've been playing Final Fantasy and loving the story and stuff, but noticing like I get a little impatient every now and then. I was like, dang, I don't remember being impatient with like playing this game when I was a kid. But now you're in this world of like more, faster. I used to listen to audiobooks sped up, and I stopped doing that years ago. And then now I take in what's being said a lot better as a result. I think there's something to be said about, you know, speed running content. Are you really invested in it if you're trying to get through it faster, you know? Can you not take it in deeper? Can you have not a more meaningful experience if you spend more time with whatever it is you're... Oh! I don't know if Tango is AFK or something. Well, no, he's not AFK there, and Cub's on. Hope they're okay. Ah, okay. I'm gonna assume they're at the signs. Where's the portal as well? Some people have a slow cadence while talking, so you listen to podcasts at 1.2 speed. I can appreciate like a balance of this person's slow, speed them up a bit or whatever. But I've read plenty of comments about, you know, listening to my videos at 2 times speed, and there's been commentary online about young people using these watch stuff faster tools. Like, we're messing with our attention spans. You know, I'm getting quite tired of the chronically online stuff as well. Just kind of constantly thinking about when life was slow when I was younger. Things I miss about it. Yeah, you see, the Crispy King says I default things to 1.5, 1.75. You know, are you really enjoying... Oh, okay. Are you really enjoying stuff as much if you're like going to be blitzing for it? It's a hard question to ask yourself, but I think if you're young, the problem is you don't have that comparison. Whereas if you're from my generation, you fortunately do. I mean, like TikTokers, when you're older, you're going to be like, use zip zappers with your instant information Neuralink. Back in my day, we used to wait before we swiped right. You know what I mean? That's what you're going to be like when you're older. Now it just swipes for you. Yeah, zip zap. That's my new. When Neuralink launches, I'm launching Zip Zap. It's going to be the app that just puts the information directly into your brain. You just hear a little zip zap. You know, we're going to go from a minute to a second. We used to have to use our thumbs. Yeah, you got it. In my day, we used our thumbs to swipe. Depends on whether or not you want to make time for something. E.g. for an Imp and Skid podcast, I make the time. I would never speed them up or talk faster than the experience is over quicker. How awful. So, like... So what's the quality of something that you're going to speed up to get through? Is it really worth it if it's not worth taking in as much? These questions, they're open-ended. They're for you to think about it, because I've been thinking about it myself. There's content that I've chosen to watch that I've been like, this like mildly entertains me for a little bit while I'm doing something else, but then now I'm just like always mildly entertaining myself between something or other else that I could be doing with my time. And then you notice that a lot of your time starts going to all this like in-between type stuff, right? That's what I've noticed anyway. It was like, I don't have time to do stuff. Yeah, I seem to watch a heck of a lot of YouTube videos about stuff that vaguely interests me for a little bit. Maybe it's just me, eh? Maybe it's just my problem. In my day, films didn't even have colour. Oh, colour's gonna ruin a generation, isn't it? It's gonna ruin these minds. Colour film. Yeah, I keep looking over to my left. I can't remember if I read these out or not because I think we got a little bit distracted. But Tesla and Lighthouse, thank you for subscribing, by the way. Appreciate ya. 3 minutes ago. Yeah, I think we were in the middle of a distraction then, so just in case I missed it. Bad video killed the radio star. Yeah, yeah. That's another subject of dopamine overstimulation. Yes. Yes, it is. Is that? Yep, that looks like that's it. Getting these outlines in. Dopamine overstimulation, yes. In my day, we used to get excited when the DVD logo hit the corner. Yeah, I've watched that screensaver one too many times. Yeah. Like, what's weird about that is if you see it in the office now, like, it can be quite unrelatable. Like, you might not get it if you never were around then. It's, oh gosh, getting old, eh? You still use DVDs sometimes. I used a Blu-ray the other day to watch a movie, and it was kind of good. I was like, oh, it's a little slower. I have to wait for my enjoyment. I'm okay with this now. Shade Hills, you get so hyperfixated sometimes for years upon years, like with Hermitcraft. I'm going on 8 or 10 years, not consecutively, so I can't like not watch it. Kinda, it's part of my life. It's like medicine. Yeah, I think you're expressing like having an attachment to something. Yeah, I have that with certain content and stuff. Like there's some content that I would like continue to watch even like when I was kind of air quotes over it or whatever, or like no longer interested, just like out of habit. And then I started shoring up my subscriptions on YouTube and like winding down how much I was watching, and then I get like sucked into watching something else, like kind of looking for that similar routine, that similar stimulus. Because I'm kind of used to just putting on YouTube videos while I do other stuff, you know? And I feel like there's time there that I want to get back into doing something proper. That makes sense. Love that you guys are doing a charity stream for Gamers Outreach again. As a chronically ill and disabled gamer, thank you to all the others doing this. Love you guys so much as gamer packs. Hey, it's all the other hermits. I'm just here to help them do their thing, you know, in whatever way I can. Which honestly hasn't been. I haven't had to do too much myself, but yeah, they're doing an amazing thing, you know. It's been incredible to watch. One time I was watching a viral science video and you were the top comment on the video. All right. What one was it? Yeah, I love watching like all the sciencey explainer stuff, right? Okay. That doesn't look right. It's because it's... Oh, God. See? If you wing it, bad things will happen. Very bad things will happen. First of all, that. Oh, is that it? Was that it? I thought there was more. There's definitely more. There's definitely more. I just kind of like want to repeat that exact same shape again, one block over, right? So we go one, and then we go get that top bit in. And then the bottom bit is just that. So if we can repeat that success a couple of times, and then the rest of the job will be just filling stuff in, right? Oh, it needs to be one block to the left? No, I think it's good. Maybe what'll help is if I put in the red blocks here, just so we can see the eye. It looks odd because it's not filled in. That is more likely. Anyway, I kind of got it down now. So like, if we do this, 1, 2, 1, space 1, 3, 4, 1, 2. That's the top of the eyes. I'm gonna do that again very quickly over here. Space 1. And we're broken. And it was an optical illusion, yeah. That's the thing we're doing this pixel art stuff and like having colors already there, I guess. Okay, I didn't put it in the white wall. I want to put that in. And that is not correct. So then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and that. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that. Nice. Soon we'll be building Pac-Man. I'm a psychopath. I never use creative when doing pixel art, says Molly the Spa. Spy. You know, what pulled me into it was doing this in creative mode, but I will say it does feel like something that's a little less... I did not want to come into the water. It's a little less demanding, I think, so like... It's the kind of thing you can have fun with just doing in survival as well. Probably helps to be somewhere with like a haste beacon and using the right materials and stuff, right? Okay, so now we're just doing the job of filling stuff in. I think I'm going to start with the eyes, though, just on these two. So, yeah, we just need to go here and then across there. Oh, and I fell in again. Which is not what I wanted to do. One of the funniest things about some really old pixel art is that the sprites will be missing the black because the background is black. So why we need to paint over it if it's the same color anyway? Yeah, yeah. That makes a lot of sense. You're sure my pink one is off scale a bit? I don't think so. Everything I can see looks just about right. A lot of pixel art was designed for CRT screens, so it was a lot more blurry than our digital screens usually show. Yeah, that's true. That's true. In the world of like nostalgia gaming, one of the things... I say nostalgia gaming, it's also like video game preservation. One of the things that they struggle with is just that, like, you know, you can emulate old games, you can get them running, but then you're not using the same type of display and it doesn't feel the same. Retro gaming, says Mollux. Yeah, retro gaming, you could call it as well. I'm not into it that much. Like, I like some old games, but the past is the past. I kind of like new experiences. It's like, although I've had like fun times playing certain games, I don't really have much of a kick from like playing them again. You can simulate CRT displays though, they do look really good. I don't know too much about simulation. The stuff I saw about it was kind of like not really wasn't exactly singing its praises, sort of saying like we want to do this on the original CRTs. I remember watching a bunch of like videos on it some time ago. YouTube videos. When is the charity stream? I reckon probably 10 or 12 minutes and it might be starting. So we're getting real close. Your Raspberry Pi sims a CRT. Oh, interesting. I like the Raspberry Pis. I never really have a use for them. Am I not using unbreaking efficiency on the shears? I'm not using them, I'm just using regular shears. It's slower, I know. The problem with CRTs is the high-pitched noise the screen makes. I don't recall them making a high-pitched noise. They probably... I remember them making some sort of like buzzing noise, but I wouldn't say it was high-pitched, but... A long time ago since I used the CRT. I don't think I've even got access to one, like... At some point, all the TVs, you just realised, were just getting bigger and bigger, and all of them were flat. And then it got to a point where, like... I don't know, but like my parents' house, for example, have like... maybe 4 or 5 screens around the house now that are all just, like, massive and flat. And I remember when I was a kid and we had, like, one big colour CRT... and then one black and white one. And that was it. We just had 2. But then time goes by and technology keeps advancing. And then I ended up with that big colour one and then replaced it with a flat one. And then the other ones got replaced. And then you started just accumulating them. Right? Because they just started getting really big. You don't think there's ever been more than one TV in your house at any point? Probably a good thing. Probably a good thing. CRT is short for cathode ray tube. That is correct. That is correct. I used that terminology in a blog recently. I think it was because I was writing about Final Fantasy VII and commenting on the graphics and stuff. Yo, Obsidian FR, thank you so much for 17 months. Appreciate it, my dude. POG for 17 months for 1.5 years soon. That is true, that's true. Thank you for sticking around for so long, my dude. Appreciate it. Your 55 still have the 13-inch black and white you had since the 10. Occasionally you plug it in and manage to get a show past the static on the large number. It's on UHF. Yeah, like, it's broadcast television still a thing. Here in the UK, I'm pretty sure a while ago they stopped doing analog television. Like, it was all became digital. It's crazy. There are some technologies, though, that I can't help but feel we should hold on to. Like, they're trying to get rid of landline telephones, and it's all VoIP now. My house is VoIP, and I kind of feel like, you know, maybe there's like a handful of old technologies that we should hold on to. I mean, I say because reliability. I could be mistaken. They could just be, you know, I don't know, maybe less reliable. Who knows? But you get that feeling like you've known it for so long and it works that it's got to be right. You used to rent your CRT telly for £1 a week. I've seen those tellies with the slot in the top where you have to put the money in to watch. In Germany, landline hasn't existed anymore since 2014. Wow. Dang, that's crazy. Yeah, it feels like some older technologies are maybe like worth holding on to. Radio and TV are pretty reliable, says Skulk and Gus. Well, that's the thing. Like, analog TV is gone over here. Like, they might depreciate radio one day. Who knows? Like, it feels like there's maybe some that we should just hold on to. Because when like, you know, the apocalypse happens, as, you know, it's right around the corner. It's always been right around the corner. Yo, I just got trolled so hard. Not really. Oh, radio isn't going anywhere. There are movements in the US to keep radio funded. You know, it's easy to say it ain't going anywhere. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if things change, you know. I think maybe radio's ubiquity might be its place in cars. Like, every car is a radio, right? Anyway, the idea is that technologies like radio are a little simpler. If you've got power, if you can power it, then you can get it running. You can send out radio signals. Whereas, like, the internet's more complicated. It requires, like, server and infrastructure and lots of computers in different places to move things around and whatnot. And so the concern is just, like, it's not as simple a technology, and it could be more susceptible to, you know, a harsher environment to exist in. Right, I think it's the turn of Pac-Man next. I'm just putting Pac-Man on my other screen. Now, Pac-Man is yellow, but the little bits that come out of Pac-Man, aren't they like... Oh, sorry, the little bits on the board, aren't they white? Because in this image they're yellow, and I think I might change it to white. Radio's saving grace has been the replacements aren't unified the same way that digital TV has been. Interesting, yeah. I mean, there is digital radio, but I kind of get the feeling it uses very similar technology. But yeah, I see what you're saying. Pac-Man eats... the pills Pac-Man eats are white, yes. So according to this, they're going to be like 1 pixel. And then the height of Pac-Man is an interesting thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I think we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Put you at that level. 1, 2, 3. And then I just got to decide where Pac-Man is from here, using the image that I've got. 1, 2. That would be one. 1, 2. That would be another. Something still looks off about that. Yeah, it is, because it is off. What's my favourite word that Americans say different? Yeah, stuff like that just doesn't take up a lot of space in my brain. I don't go around thinking about what words Americans say different, really. There probably is some that I like, but not until I hear it do I know it. That kind of thing. You just watched the Minecraft movie and it's so good. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. That's awesome. You feel like podcasts are just old radio drama stories. They are. Yeah, yeah. They do have that similarity. Okay, how many pixels on this next bit? Just 3 and then 4. Let's get that in. 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think Pac-Man is basically mirrored, right? So we got a 2, we got a 2, we got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got a 1, we got a 2. We got a 1, we got a 2. We got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do that all again. And there it is. Nice. Pac-Man was definitely the easiest of all of them, right? Yo, Badger Spanner, the one, the only. 74 months for the Prime. Thank you, Badger. Howdy from Mojang. Yeah, Badger's over there. That's awesome. How are you enjoying it, my dude? Must be a lot of fun. People in chat are saying your hair looks amazing. I'll have to be on the lookout. You love the word gluck. It means good luck. I don't think I've ever heard someone say gluck. Sometimes it's like good luck. Gets a bit condensed, but yeah. When will it start? Not too long from now, I imagine. Like we're kind of expecting Scar to go live for like the warm up, if you like. You know, when they're not actually there, and then at some point they'll be there, which is, I reckon, probably in like 10 minutes. Whatever ever happened to using GL? Good luck. Like in chat, GLHF. Yo, does that don't look right to me? It is actually the same. Huh. Well, either way, that is awesome. Like, and look at how much more space we got here. So, we're gonna fit in Mario and Sonic, I think, and then maybe 1 or 2 more things. It would be nice to brainstorm a little bit. That was something we didn't get around to doing next stream. So, let's start old school. Tetris, yes, old school. Like we might end up keeping the whole thing old school, to be honest. Like, and then I can go. Oh, we should have done it with carpet blocks all along. But whatever, you know, we've multiplied the amount of work we need to do over here. Okay, I want to make a note somewhere. Okay, right, so Tetris is a really good one. Donkey Kong might... Pong. Pong's a little too simple, I think. Unless I'm mistaken, like, it doesn't have quite the iconic graphics because it was too simple. Dig Dug I thought was a really good one. Doomface, maybe? Okay, yeah, I thought Dig Dug was a good pixel art candidate. Chess. Chess could easily be done, but it's not quite video game, is it? It's pre-video game. Frogger. Frogger is probably a really good shout. Frogger would probably have some striking frog visuals. Like one of the very early ones. Space Invaders, I don't think, Space Invaders, I don't think it really fit in around here, you know, it's not quite what we're trying to do over here, no, Space Invaders, no. Spyro, I loved Spyro, but not pixel art. Snake at the border. I feel like Snake is just a line of pixels, right? Like it's not quite gonna fit in. A Triforce, I did think about putting in a Triforce. I've got a Link, is it right, from Zelda? I've got a Link pixel art thing. Pikachu, Mario, Sonic. You know, lots of these are already on my list. I did put a Creeper face on the list, for those of you saying Minecraft. Flappy Bird. Honestly, I feel like Flappy Bird might not be a bad one to put on there. Like, as we start to cover all the different bases, I feel like Flappy Bird might literally fit in. Cuba, I don't know what Cuba is from. Angry Birds, that's not pixel art though, is it? Your dad is saying Wizard 1984. I'm just gonna look that game up. But it's not one I'm particularly aware of. Bubble Bobble is a really good one. I would like to put Bubble Bobble in here if we have the room. That's right. Bubble Bobble. Mega Man, Bomberman, you can put in like new games as well now. To those saying Scar is live, thank you for letting me know. I believe there'll be a little 5-minute pre-stream thing. I'm not sure though. I'll keep my eye on it. Undertale, yeah, actually that's probably a good one. That's been a hugely popular game. So hopefully we can like cover a span of games with iconic pixel art across history then. I can actually just leave Scar's stream on my other screen. So like the moment it starts, I can send you all over there. Terraria. Yeah, Terraria might have I feel like Terraria doesn't have something quite iconic from it. Is that... Okay, it's starting. I'm sending you over there. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day with the charity live stream event. And you might see me in some stream later on or something. Anyway, I'm going to start the raid now. Thanks for tuning in. And have a great time. See you, everyone. Bye-bye.